Guys, we're here to build a bridge between people and cannabis, and today we're introducing you to a new segment that we're calling Meet the Farmer. So Stephen and I like to visit as many local farms as possible, and this new segment, when we can squeeze it in, will be an opportunity for us to introduce you to farmers who are outstanding in their field. And actually, speaking of farmers, our guest next week, Stephen, our main guest, would you like to tell us about him?
Yeah, let me give you a heads up. Next week, speaking of farmers, that's right, on Understanding CBD, we invite in Dr. Alan Williams of Grass-Fed Insights, Understanding Ag, and the Soil Health Academy. Dr. Williams will educate us on what regenerative farming is and what it means to the planet.
I'm excited for that episode. You've personally educated me a lot about regenerative farming. I've done a lot of my research about it, and I'm really looking forward to speaking to Dr. Williams for sure. But back to our segment here about Meet the Farmer. Now, we couldn't think of a better farmer to actually kick off this first segment, right, Stephen? And he's known in his, actually, there he is joining us right now. He's known in his local community as the honeybee guy. We'd like to introduce you to Jeffrey Brooks of Ole Hemp, and he's out of Ole, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Jeffrey, welcome to the show on Understanding CBD. We're excited to have you here. Got a question for you. In the local community, I hear they call you the honey man. What's that about?
Well, basically what we did is we started about 5 years ago with a couple of hives, and then we noticed that it was very difficult to go from one season to the next. And then it was also, we were learning more and more about all the pesticides that were, hurting the population and what was going on in California and all over the rest of the country. And we really came up with the idea that we need to keep it local and have it organic. You can't consider bees organic because they could fly up to 5 miles away to get their clover and nectar and wildflowers, so then they come back. So what we tried to do is just build enough clover and wildflowers, and then we were growing the hemp so they can pollinate on the hemp also. So basically what we have is a combination of everything that the bees will need within 1,000 yards of where the hives are. So they don't really need to fly a mile or 2 miles or 5 miles away to get the nectar and the clover that they need. So by doing that, we created some of the best honey that people have tried. Every time they try the honey, they see the difference. And the most important thing is not the taste, which is very important, obviously, but the most important thing is what it's doing for people, how much better they're feeling from, taking the honey. It's a replacement for vitamins, and you talk to people and you start to go down the list of benefits of honey, and you look on the internet, and if you have a problem with bed sores, then you look on the internet, does honey help with bed sores? And then you could find out the answer. Does honey help with speeding up the metabolism? Does honey help for skin acne? Does it help for arthritis? Does it help for this and that? And the more things that you look, I think I just got muted.
No, we hear you. You're good.
Oh, there's something that came across.
Yeah, that was just the Zoom that was muted, but we're good.
Okay.
Jeffrey, your honey is amazing, especially the taste, and especially we got a chance to try some of your CBD honey. Do you have any great success stories with people using that honey?
We've been getting a lot of success stories, but, with all these rules and regulations, it's difficult to say what they are. I did mention that it could help you with sleep. It could help you with inflammation. It can help you with acne. It can help you with arthritis, eczema, psoriasis. Honey never goes bad, right? So think about that. There's no mold on it. It never gets moldy. It's been in tombs for tens of thousands of years, and the honey is still good to eat.
Really?
So that in itself tells you how natural and good it is for you. Could you imagine having a product that doesn't go bad? Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else that we eat that you could say that about, right? So we just took it back to all natural. We don't use any heat. Because once you heat honey over 120 degrees, then you start to lose all the nutritional value.
You have some of the happiest bees I've ever seen. I'm sorry if I cut you off.
No. You're right. I mean, these bees are very, very healthy. We've lost quite a bit during the winter, but that was just some little mistakes that we made with the hives themselves. But we're learning more and more each year how to get them through the winter. But what we have right now is we're going to have an abundance of honey this year, much more than last year, and we're we're developing our own clone queen bees, and we're putting them into work this year, and it's really exciting. And anyone can always come by the farm and see what we're doing with all the clover and the wildflower. We have about 30 or 40 acres of clover and wildflower on the farm for the bees, and then there's a quarry out back that they can go on and get some of the best fresh water there is in all of Pennsylvania. It's all well water, and all comes down from the mountains. It's all clear. So they have the best of all the environments that they need to make the best honey there is. And when you take it and you start to eat it, you realize that a lot of the vitamins that you're taking, you could throw them in the garbage because this is active